It seems that Raisi was on a provincial visit. He was going to inaugurate a dam, very large infrastructure project in the northwest of Iran, which is close to the border with Azerbaijan. And apparently there were 3 helicopters in his aerial convoy, and he was in one helicopter with the foreign minister. So they were both in the same helicopter. And the weather conditions apparently were very bad, very foggy, lots of rain apparently overnight as well. And from what we know, from what we've read and seen on state television and read on state news wires, is that the helicopter that was carrying the president and the foreign minister did crash, and apparently some of the bodies that were recovered were so badly burned that they can't be recognized, and others were found in a deep ravine in a valley. It's a very mountainous area, it's a heavily wooded area. So I think a lot of questions may also be raised about why these 2 very, very important high-ranking officials were in the same helicopter maybe, and why they even took off, given that weather conditions were apparently so adverse according to officials.
Yeah, and it's obvious those weather conditions, it seems obvious, according to reporting, the weather conditions were bad as they were taking off. It was apparent that the weather conditions were bad. What does it mean? It wasn't just the president, but also in line, potentially, that was the view, domestically within Iran and outside as well, the Raisi could then become the supreme leader of Iran at some point. So the significance of this within Iranian politics and for that country.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, he was one of the very few names that was often bandied about and touted as someone who could replace Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the current supreme leader, who's 85 years old. And, obviously at this point in his life, there are always going to be conversations about who succeeds him. And one of the names that was always raised by analysts and in various media reports and just in the general rumour mill in Iranian society was Ebrahim Raisi. So with his death now and disappearance from Iranian politics, there are a lot of question marks over whether that means Khamenei's son, Mojtaba Khamenei, who was seen as a direct rival to Raisi to take on that role, whether his path to that job is going to be clear. But that in itself is a very controversial prospect in a country in which the idea of an inherited rule is very controversial, because obviously the Islamic Revolution of 1979 in part happened as a way to push out the monarchy, the Shah of Iran, because of this idea of an inherited monarchy.